My mechanic actually laughed when I showed him this $2 bottle. Not a polite smile, a real laugh. 4 days later, he texted me asking where to buy it. That is the entire story of this test in 2 sentences. But what happened between that laugh and that text message is something I need to walk you through carefully. Because the data from these 7 days completely rewired how I think about everything I have ever spent money on at an auto parts store. And there is one specific thing I found on day 4 that I have never seen documented anywhere else. I'm going to show you exactly what it was. Stay with me. Here is what you need to understand before we get into the results. Your engine does not fail all at once. It fades. It happens so slowly that most people never notice the exact moment their car stopped feeling the way it used to. A slight hesitation when you press the gas. An idle that is just a little rougher than last year. Fuel economy that quietly dropped without any single obvious cause. That is not bad luck. That is fuel deposit buildup. And it happens to every engine, on every car, at every price point. Fuel injectors get coated. Intake valves accumulate residue. The combustion process gets less efficient with every tank of gas that passes through a system that has never been properly cleaned. And the auto parts industry has built an entire product category around this problem, with price points ranging from $2 all the way to $50 and above. The question I wanted to answer was simple. Does that price gap reflect a real difference in results, or does it reflect a marketing budget? I ran this test to find out, and what I found on day 4 changed my answer completely. Before we get into the day-by-day data, hit that like button right now. This channel runs 0 sponsored content. I paid for every product in this test out of my own pocket. Nobody sent me free samples. Nobody asked me to reach a specific conclusion. If a product fails in this test, it fails on camera with full documentation. If a cheap product beats an expensive one, the data says, so regardless of what the label claims. Like the video, and stay with me, because what is coming in the day 4 section is the result that sent me back to my mechanic shop with my phone in my hand. Here's the test setup. 4 methods. 4 separate vehicles of the same make, model, and mileage range. Identical driving routes throughout the test. I documented 3 metrics every single day. Idle quality rated against a consistent baseline scale, throttle response on a standard 0 to 40 acceleration run, and fuel economy over an identical 12-mile mixed driving route. Every number was recorded in real time, not reconstructed from memory. The first method was the $50 premium fuel system cleaner, professional grade formula, a full system treatment claims, the product every mechanic in every forum points you toward when you ask what actually works. The benchmark. The second method was a $15 mid-range injector-focused treatment, solid reviews, reasonable claims, middle-of-the-road option for people who want something real without the premium price. The third method was a $2 store brand fuel treatment, basic formula, bottom shelf, the kind of product that nobody recommends with confidence and most people walk past without considering. And the fourth method, I'm holding that back. I want you to know that my mechanic saw method 4 before the test started and laughed out loud at it. I want that context sitting in your mind as we go through the daily results. You will understand why it matters when we get to day 4. 24 hours in. The $50 premium product, no measurable change yet at 24 hours, and that was completely expected. This is a full system formula designed to work progressively as treated at fuel cycles through the entire delivery system repeatedly. The product instructions say to expect gradual improvement over a full tank, and I tracked it accordingly. No marks against it at this stage. The $15 mid-range option, a subtle smoothing of idle quality that I noted but could not confirm with certainty at this early point. Possible early activity, not enough to call a result. The $2 store brand, baseline across all 3 metrics at 24 hours. Same idle behavior, same throttle response numbers, same fuel economy on the route run. Exactly what the price point suggested. No surprise. But here's where something started that I was not expecting. Method 4. At 24 hours, showed a fuel economy number that was outside. The normal variance range I had established across 10 baseline runs before the test started. Small, but consistent across 2 separate route runs that day. I did not draw any conclusions at 24 hours. The margin was too narrow for that. But I flagged it, documented it carefully, and kept watching. Something was happening. I just did not know yet what it meant. 48 hours in, the $50 product was delivering now. Idle quality noticeably smoother than baseline. Throttle response on the acceleration run measurably crisper. The hesitation I had documented at the start was less pronounced in a way I could feel and measure. Strong day 2 performance from the premium formula and exactly the trajectory I expected from a well-formulated product at this price point. The $15 option was holding its subtle day 1 improvement with slight additional progress, appropriate for a mid-range formula. And the $2 store brand was still sitting at essentially baseline on all 3 metrics. Minimal progress, matching the minimal investment, honest result for an honest price. And then I checked method 4 at 48 hours. At this point, something did not add up. The fuel economy improvement was continuing. The idle quality metric had shifted enough to be outside normal baseline variance. The throttle response on the acceleration run was showing a change. I ran 3 separate times to confirm because I did not trust a single data point. For a product my mechanic had dismissed in under 3 seconds for $2. I was not ready to call a result at 48 hours, but I was no longer treating method 4 as a footnote in this test. I was watching it as carefully as the $50 benchmark. Day 4. This is the moment. This is what sent me back to my mechanic and what made him stop laughing. I need you to understand the full picture of what my data showed before I explain what method 4 actually is, because the reveal lands differently when you have seen the numbers first. The $50 premium product at day 4, fuel economy improved by approximately 8% over baseline average. Idle quality significantly better than where we started. Throttle response, the sharpest it had been across any vehicle in the test. Strong sustained result from a professional grade formula that earned every dollar of its price point. I am giving it full credit because it deserves full credit. The $15 option, moderate improvement across all 3 metrics, better than day 2, appropriate for its price and formula scope, solid performance. The $2 store brand, by day 4, it had produced a small measurable improvement in idle quality that had not been visible at 48 hours. Minimal, but honest. Better than nothing. Method 4 on day 4 stopped me completely. I ran the fuel economy route twice, then a third time. The number was within 2 percentage points of the $50 premium product result. The idle quality metric matched the premium product improvement within the margin of measurement error I had established. The throttle response improvement was measurable, consistent, and reproducible across 3 separate runs. I sat in my car for a few minutes before I drove to my mechanic. Method 4 was ISO-HEET, the $2 yellow bottle that sits in the discount bin at every gas station and auto parts store in America. Not a premium branded formula, not a professional grade treatment, a $2 bottle of isopropyl alcohol-based fuel treatment that removes water contamination from fuel systems, solvent cleans injector tips through the combustion cycle, and improves combustion efficiency in engines that have accumulated moisture and light deposit buildup over time. The chemistry is documented. The mechanism is real. The reason my mechanic laughed at it is the same reason most people never give it a fair test. The price tells your brain it cannot possibly compete with a $50 professional formula. The price was wrong. My day 4 data was not. I pulled into the shop and handed my mechanic my phone with the data open on the screen. He looked at it for a long time without saying anything. Then he asked me the name of the product and wrote it down. He did not laugh. He did not say anything dismissive. He wrote down the name of a $2 product that he had dismissed in 3 seconds 4 days earlier because the bottle did not look like something worth taking seriously. Here is what the complete day 7 results showed. And I want to give you the full picture because the 7-day data is more nuanced than just day 4, and the nuance is what makes this practically useful for your car. The $50 premium product at day 7, the strongest overall result in the test. Fuel economy improvement sustained at 9 to 10% above baseline average. Idle quality, the most improved of any method. Throttle response consistently the sharpest. If your fuel system has serious deposit buildup from years of short trip driving, if your vehicle has high mileage without a documented fuel system service, or if you are troubleshooting a real performance problem, this product justifies its price through the depth of cleaning it delivers. The chemistry is comprehensive. The result is real. It won this test on overall treatment depth. The $15 mid-range option held moderate improvement across all 3 metrics through day 7. Solid, consistent maintenance product for someone who wants real chemistry without the premium investment. Honest performance for an honest price. The $2 store brand had reached its ceiling by day 7. Small measurable improvement in idle quality with minimal movement on fuel economy and throttle response. Better than doing nothing. Not a comprehensive treatment solution for a system with real deposit buildup. And ISO-HEET at day 7. Fuel economy improvement holding within 2 to 3 percentage points of the premium product. Idle quality improvement, sustained from day 4 without regression. Throttle response still measurably better than baseline across every run. Here is the honest, practical conclusion from 7 days of real-world tracked data, and I want you to hear this clearly because it is the reason this test was worth running. If your fuel system is in rough condition, high mileage, heavy deposits, documented performance loss, spend the $50. The premium product cleans more comprehensively, and the day 7 result proves it. But if you are doing regular maintenance on a fuel system that is in reasonable condition, adding ISO-HEET every few tanks costs you $2, and produces results that a mechanic told me to my face were impossible before he saw the data. The price gap between $2 and $50 does not reflect a proportional gap in results for routine maintenance use. My 7-day data says that directly, and I will put the data against any product label in the category. I went back to that mechanic one more time on day 7. I showed him the complete comparison. All 4 methods, all 3 metrics, all 7 days. He looked at everything carefully. Then he said something I have been thinking about every day since. He said that most of what drives the pricing in auto maintenance products is the psychology of confidence. People pay for the feeling that something professional grade is happening to their car, not always for the actual chemical difference in the formula. A $2 bottle in a yellow gas station discount bin does not feel like it should work. So nobody tests it seriously enough to find out that it does. I had tested it seriously. The data found out. I spent years walking past that yellow bottle because the price told me it was not worth stopping for. 7 days of documented results told me I was wrong every single time I walked past it. Drop a comment right now with one word. Premium, mid-range, store brand, or ISO-HEET, based on which result in this test surprised you most. I'm pinning the most interesting answer because I read every comment on this. Channel and your responses directly shape what gets tested next. Tell me which result hit you hardest. And if you know someone who is about to spend $50 on a fuel additive this weekend without knowing what a $2 option can actually do on a well-maintained engine, send them this video before they check out at the register. 7 days of tracked real-world data is worth more than any shelf placement ever purchased. Subscribe right now because next week I'm testing something that affects every car owner in America. And the preliminary results from my setup are already producing a number that contradicts something I have believed about this topic for 15 years. That video is up next week, and you're not going to want to miss what the data showed me on day 5.